Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Psychic Tarot Show with ASHALA. I am looking at this upcoming week, giving us a forecast to what's in store for us. This is the week starting today, Saturday the 15th, and going till next Saturday, the 22nd of June. Wow, what a powerful time. I say this every week. Nothing seems to be going less intense. It all seems to be going more and more intense. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to those of you that are joining me live. And before I forget, let's have a look here at, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. I'm finding it here. Here we go. There we go. Oh, no, not that one. Oh gosh, I got on here a little late today. My apologies. Here we go. Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. And also, if you would like to book a session with me, you can find me over here at the Beyond Mystic consultations, and you can use the coupon code Beyond Mystic, all in capital letters, to receive a 10% discount if you'd like to book a session with me. So here we go. Let's have a look at this upcoming week. Hi there, everybody. Tracy, Lisa, the Graceland, Lupo 5, welcome, welcome. Just have a look as I put the energy of all of us together, focusing our intentions to see what is in store for us this week. I always find it helpful and sometimes comforting and relieving to know that what I'm experiencing, a lot of other people are experiencing something similar. So we all might be seeing it through a slightly different lens, but often we are going through similar things at the same time. So let's lay out this big picture overview, starting with us here as the star. I'm just going to bring the camera down a wee bit. Hopefully I can get a little closer to these cards. There we go. The star in the house of self. So a time to really expand and take up space. I feel like with a lot of the concern about what's going on internationally, globally, politically, economically, environmentally, we start to kind of go in, we start to collapse inward. And the star is about breathing and taking a big breath and allowing ourselves to expand into the greater version of who we are, who we came here to be. You'll see that the star maiden is actually sky clad. She's wearing no clothes. She's in her most vulnerable, and yet she's expanding her energy outward. And in a way, it's a form of protection when we are operating from that sense of expansiveness and gratitude and heart-centered activation. We are basically creating this beautiful energetic frequency buffer around ourselves, which is, it's kind of naturally guiding us through the labyrinth of all the chaos and challenge around us right now. So I like having this card in the center position in the first house of Aries, the self, the personality. Let's have a look at what is in the second house, another major arcana card. So here we have the Hierophant. And this is in the area of our resources, our money, our security, our material things. This is interesting because it is a card that relates to systems and organizations. It relates to our churches, our schools, and even, kind of institutions. So for some reason, it feels like we may be looking to connect through our community resources with other like-minded people around, yeah, I just keep hearing like building bridges around new ways of working on financial stability and feeling safe. You know, safety is not just about money in the bank. It's not just about real estate. It's not just about stocks or, you know, having a huge crypto wallet. Security is about having relationships and community and people that you can turn to in challenging times. So we may this week be looking at building, just like we build our stock portfolio or our crypto portfolio or our precious metals and foreign currencies portfolio, it feels important this week to build your community portfolio around, you know, relationships that are about, you know, it could be a spiritual community. This could be your church. And if you don't have a church, it could be what is like that to you? What is like a spiritual community to you? Because in times of challenge, this is another great way to access that feeling of safety and security. Okay, next card is also a strong spiritual card. It is the spiritual warrior in the house of Gemini. So a strong energy around making everything we think and say this week really count. And just before I came onto this live, I was tuning in and reminding myself how in different phases of my life, I've done something I call a gratitude practice. And it's a type of prayer, and it's basically a lot about acknowledging what I value in my life. It's kind of like saying thank you for what I have. It's also about saying thank you for what I value in myself and about what I've, you know, I feel that I've done well or done correctly or done to the best of my ability. And I feel like we spend a lot of time looking at things that we're not doing well. So this week, you know, it's really about being very aware of your thoughts and your words, and that you're literally weaving the future as you think and as you speak. So make your words and your thoughts, they're saying like honey, like quality, spiritual prayers. Make your thoughts and words like prayers this week. Okay. And in our house of home, interesting, we had this card around connecting with your spiritual community. And if you don't have a spiritual community, look to building something like that. Look to, you know, just start with one friend that you share like-minded values with and come together for a spiritual purpose this week. Come together to either pray or meditate or, you know, do some practice that you both really value. So far, we have a very strong spiritual focus. And in the house of home, it's a lot about sharing what you have. 6 of Pentacles, it's reciprocity. Share your resources. So it could be a great time to have someone over, share what you have in your garden, have someone over and make a nice meal, or, you know, have a picnic. There's something about sharing from your home. And that when we feel like we want to share, you know, I find it really interesting that the whole phenomena of having dinner parties and people over for dinner, that used to be such a huge part of our lives. And you just don't virtually ever hear about that anymore. So this week, it feels like, you know, maybe it's not a big fancy dinner party, but maybe it's a luncheon party. Share food, share your home space, share what you have. House of Leo. Okay, Leo is a lot about what we say. I can I can be ready to receive this. I can be open to receive this. You know, it's like we often say up here that we want things, but when it comes right down to it, it's sort of like we've got our arms closed like this. Yeah, I want those things. And they're saying, you know, in order to receive, we have to open. This is a big opening week. The wheel of fortune is going to spin things around. So we're still in a super highly charged frequency time, right? We've been noticing this. We've been talking about this. For us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming into the highest sun of the year, the longest day, the most solar activation on the 21st of June. So energies are moving very quickly, and you could find yourself suddenly experiencing something very abrupt, a very abrupt change in your fortunes. And being in Leo, let's see what's on the other side of it, because it feels like you want to say, yes, thank you, bring it on. Okay, so in the house of home, oh, sorry, not home, Virgo, health, daily activities, habits. Here's this troublemaker again. When that comes in health and habits, what, you know, invariably it's referring to is some of our bad habits. And this can be any sort of addictive patterns that you have, overindulgence in anything, be it, you know, alcohol or substances, be it media watching, be it negative thinking. You know, this challenging habit patterns we're going to be needing to address and face this week, right? We have that wheel of fortune. And remember, we talked about how important it is. Every moment counts this week. So if you can stay focused and not get pulled off that lane of overindulgence, it's like we're looking for some comfort. We're looking for some grounding. Let's not go and isolate ourselves and fall into old habits. Let's connect with friends. Let's share and focus on gratitude and generosity. Wow, love it. So in the house of our relationships, a gift, a reward, a new relationship beginning, a relationship moving into a deeper commitment. There's a gift, there's a reward, and giving gifts this week. It's a tremendous week for, you know, there's the different love languages, and some people, they love gifts year round. It's a great way to show their appreciation and their care. Well, this week, everyone is going to benefit from a gift. So in your relationship, share a gift, give a gift, receive a gift. Sometimes those little things can go a long way. Hi, Jim. Hi, Taria. Hi, Amore. Stars, Radiant One, the Seer. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So let's just check in here briefly. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Beyond Mystic channel. Oh, whoa, sorry. Oh, goodness. This is still a real big learning curve for me, everybody. Oh, I apologize. If you could see how many little steps are necessary for me to be able to share the screen and do all this while I'm tuning in, it's quite a lot. Okay, so here we go. Beyond Mystic Academy. Let's go with that one. In fact, I'm supposed to tell you about this, and I am delighted to tell you about this. This is Medicine Cards. Learn to use the energies of your totem animals with Janine. So you can reserve your spot. Check out the link below. Wow. What an incredible journey to go on with this longtime intuitive and dear friend of mine. So yeah, check that out, everybody. Oh, did I not show you? There it is. Woo! Discover your spiritual superpowers. Yay. So check out the link below. And let's keep going. Okay, so the next house, just going to slide this down a little bit. The next house is the house of Scorpio. The house of Scorpio is a lot about what is transforming. You know, Scorpio is death and rebirth. It's really big energies. It's really big endings and new beginnings. We have 10 of Pentacles here. It's the last card in the tarot, the way I read it. And it's the legacy card. It's the card that relates to so much wealth and abundance, but it's all about wealth and abundance that's shared. It's, you know, what you leave behind when you leave this earth plane. And this, next to the gift card, next to that Ace of Pentacles, across from the spiritual card here, the Hierophant, it feels like we are looking at money differently. And we're going to continue to expand into looking at how we can work together collectively, collaboratively, you know, how we can form co-ops and, like buying clubs and share, get back into sharing resources and sharing working with resources. So these are just little hints. You may be starting to experience curiosity about some of these things. And I feel like this is going to continue to grow over this next few months, over the next year, over the next 10 years. New economies, new ways of working with resources as families, extended families, small community projects and endeavors. This is a beautiful card to have in the house of Scorpio. And in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is about adventure. It's about coloring outside the lines. It's about exploration and expansion. I know a lot of you are concerned about travel at this time, and there's really good reasons for that. I know that there's been a lot of predictions coming through very reputable channels and psychics that these times ahead are going to be chaotic and probably not the most ideal for just random travel. I also see that if we really feel called to explore in a certain way, it feels important that we consider that. And what I've been seeing in some of my readings is that if it's in the highest good for our soul, if it's in our soul's best interest, a safe way will be made for us to have meaningful journeys of exploration. And that we may, you know, these challenging transition times may go on for a lot longer than anticipated. And we don't want to just stop life and wait for all of that to be over. So if you have that sort of adventurous call, it feels important to tune in with your own guidance. And if you feel inspired to travel, I've been telling everybody, get travel insurance, you know, and tell your guides you want it to be really clear. If it's safe, it's all going to be green lights. There's going to be no snags, and you're going to be safely guided through the labyrinth to your destination and safely guided back home again. And if it's not safe, your guides are going to make it really obvious. It's going to be like, nope, you're not going. So exploring with that perspective, but keeping some channel open for continued exploration. This feels important. Okay, and another Wands kind of spiritual warrior card here. We have the Queen of Wands right up on the top. So with our thoughts, words, and deeds, we are stirring the pot creatively and energetically this week. With our, she's the artist. She's a musician, an artist, super creative, super flamboyant. This is coming up in the house of Capricorn, which is kind of usually a very conservative house. So, you might be letting your yayas out this week, whether you're conservative or not. For her to be up there with that Three of Wands on one side, let's see what's on the other side in the house of Aquarius. Okay, Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's important not to get locked in, to freeze. And some of your friends and community might be going into freeze mode. This is what we do when we're faced with a lot of uncertainties. We often freeze. She is the opposite of freezing. She is hot. She's keeping things hot. So whatever this means to you, if you have to put on music and do the cha-cha in your living room, keep things heated up this week. Don't go into a mental brain freeze. I feel like we had this card last week. I don't remember where it was, but yeah, they're saying don't let yourself get frozen into immobility, especially your thinking. So if you find yourself getting pretzel knotted, you see how she's surrounded by these swords and she's all wrapped up with her thoughts, with things that just aren't, there seems to be no way out. Move the energy with physical activity, with creativity, with music, with dance, with art. Move that energy this week. Okay, and our final card of the wheel is the Eight of Wands, another wand. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wands here. A lot of opportunity for you to grab your energy, your life force, and do something with it. There's, the light is high in the sky. The solar energy is highly activated this week. Utilize some of that. I mean, where I'm living, we've had a lot of cloud cover, some rainy days. It's been a bit colder than seasonal average. And yet when that sun comes out, I am in it. And there's something about the inner fire as well, keeping that inner fire really activated this week. And our final card in the center, oh, sweetness, love, divine union, partnership, balanced love and care for one another. So in our relationships, particularly this week, in our most significant relationships, and this is usually partners, this is usually, wives and husbands and life mates, but it can be people that you're very close to in your family. It can be children or parents. It's your closest kin, basically. And in those relationships, there's a lot of mutual care this week. We have that gifting card in the house of relationships. We have the Six of Pentacles in the house of home, sharing, reciprocity, and care. Not as much energy in the house of friends and networks. That feels a little bit restrictive this week, but intentional connecting with people in a spiritual community is highlighted. So I guess we could say that you may not want to just have random, hangout time with your friends. You may want to make your connections have a spiritual focus. And, if you're part of a church community, this is a great week for sharing time together. So I'm just going to quickly look over here at questions and comments. Yay. Hi, everybody. If you have a question, please put it in capitals and put it up here so that I can see it. I don't really see any questions at this moment. So while we're waiting for that, if anyone has a question they want to put up while we're waiting, we will just quickly go back and have a look at, as I said before, please check this out. Discover Your Spiritual Superpowers with Janine. You can find the link below to access that. And if you'd like to schedule a session with me, you can look for the Beyond Mystic Consultations page, Psychic Tarot Reading Session with ASHALA, and receive 10% off using the code Beyond Mystic, all capital letters. Yeah. And last but not least, check out the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. So I'm just going to check in one more time, see if there's any questions that anyone has put up here. When will the dinar go public on Forex? Okay, that looks like a good one. Let's have a look at that. Oh, is there really Russian subs in the Atlantic, or is it a side? Okay, let's look at those two for today. And when will the dinar public on Forex? Have a quick look at that. I'm going to do 3 cards on that. Past, present, potential future. Okay, so moving in the direction, going through some kind of, I want to say, restructuring, and I'm not seeing anything in the next few days, possibly as long as 3 or 4 weeks. It feels like we're headed in the right direction. Things are taking a little longer than hoped or expected. Stay tuned. I'd love to hear what Janine is getting on that. And is there really Russian subs in Atlantic, or is it a PSYOP? Last question for today. Yeah. Interesting. I just heard we need to ask, are there really current or active Russian subs in the Atlantic? Because there are Russian subs that sank in the Atlantic. So we need to be specific about that. Yeah. So not looking like it at the moment. Interesting. Some kind of revelation in the next 3 weeks. It's very curious because I've been noticing, I don't know if you've all been noticing, but I've been noticing there's a lot being brought up from underwater. There's a lot of wreckages of planes and ships and submarines and things that are being suddenly discovered. And I find that quite interesting. So for some reason, when the question was posed, I was like, I wonder what is buried in the Atlantic and what we're going to discover. So more about that in the weeks to come. It's been lovely sharing this live with you. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. If you want to book a session with me, you can see the links below. Check out that amazing workshop event with Janine. And I look forward to seeing you here next week. Have a beautiful week.